On Chicago's website under services, there's a page called Pedway, Downtown Pedestrian Walkway System. The first paragraph goes like this: Chicago's downtown pedestrian way system, the Pedway, lies in the heart of the city. This system of underground tunnels and overhead bridges links more than 40 blocks in the central business district, covering roughly 5 miles. When I heard that, I was like, okay, I'm going to use these magical tunnels and become the Batman of Chicago, popping in and out of tunnels and sky bridges like I own the place. They make it sound like some great, efficient public transportation system. However, this 5 miles is kind of a scam. Let's take a look at the map. First, we've got these weird blue lines. These are above ground bridges. These are in place at the Merchandise Mart, Ogilvy, and over at LaSalle Street Station. These above ground bridges are really only useful if you have some need to cross between the relevant buildings. The dashed lines are street level crossings, which seem to mean it's a way to cut through some non outside area to get to another building. Again, not really useful. Then we get to the full red lines, which mean underground crossings. Let's work our way around here. First, down here off of Jackson in Michigan is basically just the Van Buren Street Metro station. Over here is the original piece of the Pedway, which is just an underground tunnel connecting the red and blue line trains. Moving up, we have an isolated cluster here at the Chase Tower, and I don't think they want me roaming around in their basement. And that's when we get up to the main mess of it all. Up here at this little maze is the connection between the Richard Daley Center, the Cook County Office Building, City Hall, and a bunch of other stuff that, again, I don't think they want random folks wandering around in. Number 9 here is the Thompson Center, which is currently under renovation, and I'm assuming when Google moves in, they won't be incredibly fond of people hanging out in there. Then there's a bunch of sky bridges and things between random office buildings, which leads us to this, the main spot. This is the only piece of the pedway that seems actually friendly to the public and useful as a transportation corridor. To get in is sort of odd. Go into this shopping complex, go down the escalator, which takes you to the Red Line trains. Then you go through this weird winding maze. There's a long line here connecting to 29 on the map, which is really just Macy's. But eventually, if you keep going through what gets kind of spooky, you get to Millennium Station. There are some chain restaurants down there and also a private pool with windows into the pedway, which is really terrifying. And the rest of the lines here are, I believe, for the trains and for the parking garage. So that part of the pedway is actually useful if you have a need to go from Millennium Station all the way to as far as Dearborn. Then there's this whole mess up in New East Side, and I really struggle to put the pieces together. As far as I can tell, these quote unquote underground pedway connections are mostly just lower and lower Wacker Drive. And if they're not, my best guess is that they're just parts of buildings like this Aon Center entrance, which didn't look like a public place to go. Let me know in the comments if there are actual public places to enter up in this area. So, yeah, that's Chicago's Pedway, with the only real public walkway being about 3 to 4 blocks long attached to a Macy's. Chicago markets the Pedway as some elaborate network, but really, it seems like just a bunch of privately owned sky bridges and little spots you can cross between private buildings. Thanks for watching.